Happy Saturday. We are at another weekly reading update. I finished 3 audiobooks, 2 physical books, and 1 ebook this week. The first 2 audiobooks were books 3 and 4 of the Southern Reach series, which was a very bizarre yet interesting sci-fi series. I did a separate review on that. I'm glad I read this series, but I'm also kind of glad I'm done with this journey. The other audiobook that I listened to was Horror Movie, and I do recommend doing this one in audio version just because it's quite the experience. This was a book club pick, and I really enjoyed it. The physical books that I read, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I absolutely adored this book. I forever want to be Ricky's friend. She is just such an amazing character. So different and kind and I just loved her. And their story was so good. It was such a good book. I highly, highly recommend it. The other physical book was Compound Fracture. I'm a huge fan of this author. This book was most horrific simply because it's so realistic. It had so much representation in it, and I highly appreciated the amount of autistic representation in this book. It was very good, and I will forever recommend his books to you. The ebook was House of Frank. Oh my gosh, this book was full of grief and full of grieving and processing death in such unique ways and creating different friendships and coming together and all of these things. And it was beautiful and I just loved it. So it was a good week. This next week, I plan on reading, audio wise, I will put the pictures up here. This is a series of historical romance. The first book, An Extraordinary Union, was a pick for one of the book clubs, and I've started it, and I think that I'm really going to enjoy this series. It sounds wonderful, and I don't usually pick 3 right away, but this series was available, and so I know that I'll finish it this week. The physical books are going to be This Could Be Us. This was an unexpected add to my TBR because I did get the ebook of the third in this series, and I really want to get to Hendrik's story. So I need to read the second one. So that's what I'm going to read this week. And then the other physical book I want to read this week is A Dreadful Splendor. It's been on my TBR for a while, and I just want to get it off my shelf. So hopefully that one's good. The ebook is, I wrote it down because I keep forgetting the name of this. It's a book club pick. It is Unshod, Naked, and Cackling. It is a collection of short stories that sound amazing. So that's what I read. That's what I plan on reading. And hopefully next week is just as good as this week was. So happy reading.